Hey guys, this week's video is dedicated to all our brothers and sisters in the land of Israel. There's a lot coming up. First Friday tonight. Soul Circle this week. Hanukkah's coming up. A lot going on. Come join us. Don't miss out. In this week's Torah portion of Parsha Vayetze, we have Jacob fleeing the wrath of his brother Esav. And he flees to the land of Haran, and on the way, he stays overnight, and he has the famous dream of Jacob's ladder. A ladder stretching from the ground all the way to the heavens, angels going up and down. So much commentary is written about this dream and ladder. One of the commentaries, the Baal HaTurim, he writes an interesting thing that the numerical value of the Hebrew word for ladder is sulam, is the same numerical value as Sinai, as in Mount Sinai where we received the Torah. And it's like, okay, very cool, but like, what's the correlation between the two? How do the two have any connection? Rabbi Moshe Avigdor Amiel, who was the chief rabbi of Tel Aviv in the 1940s, he gives a beautiful explanation. He says the bottom of the ladder, being in this world, that was representative of Abraham. Abraham was a paragon of chesed, of kindness. Kindness was primarily done in a physical sense, in a physical world. Through hosting people, through hospitality, through feeding people, it was very much down here in this world. The top of the ladder of Jacob's dream, that represented Isaac, Yitzchak. He was this spiritual being, almost a sacrifice to God. He was representative of avodah, of serving God, service to God in a spiritual way. And then you have Jacob, Yaakov. The Torah tells us he was a Yoshev Ohel. He was a Torah scholar. He spent his time studying Torah. He was representative of Torah. Torah is this idea of uniting these two aspects. Avodah and chesed is united by Torah. It brings the two together in a united way. And that's why the ladder and Sinai have this numerical value. You say, well, wait, what's the connection to Sinai? How is Sinai like a ladder? Until the giving of the Torah, Mount Sinai, the Lubavitch Rebbe explains, the world was the domain of humanity, while the heavens was the domain of spirituality and godliness, and the two did not intermingle. Any meeting between spiritual and physical was only temporary. It didn't have a lasting impact or effect. But at the giving of the Torah, that all changed. Heaven came down to earth. The ability to impact this physical world in a spiritual way, in a positive way that was lasting, that ability was given to us. And so the two, Sinai, the giving of the Torah, Mount Sinai, and Jacob's ladder, both epitomize this idea of bridging heaven and earth. Now you might ask, you go out into the world, what's the lesson for us, right? We see our life, and we see two ends. We have two tracks we can take. We can live a life of materialism, where, the plastic world, the rat race, all of that being fully invested. Or if we want to get away from that, then we have to become a recluse, run off to a mountaintop, into, a place where we could just meditate and be spiritual. And the Torah says, no, those are not the only two options. The two can be brought together. We have the power and the possibility to bring the two together. How? By using the physical world around us in a spiritual way, not just as a means to an end, but using it for a higher purpose, we then elevate the world around us. We reveal that the two are not in competition, but that godliness and the physical are truly one. They were never opposites. When we take money that is physical and can be used for self-gratification, can be used to, buy stuff, and we use that for charity, we use it to do kindness, we have just elevated something very base and physical into something powerful and spiritual. Shabbat Shalom.